I invite you to connect with the voices of the Bible as we listen to God's Word from Revelation chapter 13, verses 1 through 18. Now, today's passage might seem strange with its beasts and numbers, but it speaks powerfully to our modern world of competing voices, misinformation, and the daily decisions we face about where to place our trust. This ancient vision offers timeless wisdom about discerning true authority from false and choosing faithfulness even when it costs us something. John wrote Revelation while exiled on the island of Patmos, addressing Christians who were living under Roman rule. Now, these early believers faced a tremendous pressure to participate in emperor worship, a system that combined religious, political, and economic power all together. Refusing to burn incense to Caesar meant exclusion from trade guilds, loss of income, and social ostracism. Sound familiar? John's vision uses symbolic language that his first readers would have understood as coded criticism of Rome's oppressive system. The beasts aren't literal monsters, but they represent any power structure that demands ultimate allegiance, crushes dissent, and uses economic pressure to enforce conformity. The first beast emerges from the chaos of the sea, combining features of history's most fearsome empires: leopard, bear, and lion. This isn't about identifying one specific government, but recognizing how power systems throughout history share certain characteristics. They speak boastful and blasphemous things, claiming divine authority that belongs only to God. They demand worship, not just obedience, but our hearts, minds, and complete devotion. Then comes the second beast, more subtle but equally dangerous. It looks religious, horns like a lamb, but speaks like a dragon. This beast represents corrupted religion that serves power rather than God, using spiritual language to enforce political and economic control. It performs impressive signs, creating spectacles that dazzle and deceive. Most chillingly, it controls buying and selling, using economic pressure to enforce conformity. The famous mark of the beast isn't a literal tattoo or chip, but represents the compromises we make to participate in unjust systems. In John's day, it meant burning incense to Caesar. What might it mean today? Perhaps it's remaining silent about injustice to keep our jobs, supporting businesses that exploit workers, or letting our economic fears override our moral convictions. The number 666 has sparked endless speculation, but John tells us plainly it's a human being's number. In Hebrew numerology, 7 represents divine perfection. 6 falls short. It's human power trying to play God, but always falling short. 666 intensifies this failure. The beast system, no matter how powerful it appears, ultimately fails because it's merely human pretending to be divine. So how do we apply this challenging vision today? First, develop discernment. Ask critical questions about the voices demanding your allegiance. Does this system serve others or dominate them? Does it point to its own glory or to God's? Does it use fear and economic pressure to control? Or does it operate through love and service? Second, choose your allegiance carefully. Every day brings decisions about which systems we support with our time, money, and energy. While we can't completely opt out of every imperfect system, we can resist giving any earthly power our ultimate loyalty. That belongs to the Lamb alone. Third, practice patient endurance. John acknowledges that choosing faithfulness often brings hardship. Some early Christians lost their livelihoods for refusing emperor worship. Today, standing against injustice or refusing to participate in corrupt systems might cost us opportunities, relationships, or comfort. This calls for endurance and faithfulness on the part of the saints. Finally, remember you're not alone. The vision shows that those whose names are written in the scroll of life of the Lamb form a resistant community. Together, we support each other in making difficult but faithful decisions. Revelation 13 challenges us to see through impressive displays of power to recognize what truly deserves our allegiance. In a world of competing voices and economic pressures, wisdom means discerning between authorities that dominate and the Lamb who serves. The choice isn't always easy, but it's always clear. Will we bow to systems that crush and control, or follow the one who conquers through sacrificial love? That decision shapes not just our eternal destiny, but our daily choices about how we live, work, and use our resources. The Spirit still speaks through this ancient vision, calling us to courageous faithfulness. Thanks for listening to Voices of the Bible.